Igbos insult Reno Omokri in a way he would never forget. Mixed reactions have continued to trail online, comments credited to a former aide of President Goodluck Jonathan, Mr. Reno Omokri, over his call for people of the southeast region of Nigeria to stop the increasing habit of begging. According to the former presidential aide, instead of begging, Igbos should use their God-given talents to earn their living. Omokri had on Thursday, through one of the social media platforms, Twitter, told the Southeast people that coronavirus lockdown condition was not enough to make them beg, which the Igbos found so insulting. According to him, if you're from the Southeast, I urge you to ask your elders about this. Igbos used to beat fellow Igbos who begged. Begging is never a part of the Igbo culture. Don't allow conditions make you lose ancient virtues that made your race the pride of Africa. If you are from the southeast, this coronavirus lockdown condition is not enough to make you beg. After the civil war in 1970s, Igbos were poor, but what shocked the world was that they did not beg. Instead, they worked hard and traded their way out of poverty. You see, the thing is, I don't think he is Igbo. So, it would be that people are offended, especially, I think it's a very sensitive thing to talk about, especially when you're not part of a demographic. So if you're outside a demographic, you sort of, it's more offensive to say comments about how they should act when you're not part of them. So people, even if you might be right or wrong, people might get like, excuse me, you're not even Igbo. So what makes you think you have a right to speak on matters that have to do with us? However, Omokri's statement generated a lot of reactions from some online users. While some agreed and applauded him for standing on the side of truth, others berated him for an unwarranted attack on the Igbo people. Reacting, these two Twitter users berated Omokri, saying that an Igbo name was begging online does not make the Southeast people beggars. Someone says true, but because someone with an Igbo name is begging doesn't mean Southeasterners are beggars. That any Igbo man or lady drop his or her details doesn't mean we are begging. Just passing out time due to the lockdown. Begging is not in our DNA. On his part, this Twitter user was utterly displeased with Omokri's unsolicited advice and asked him to leave people alone if he could not assist them. If you want to help people online, just help them or tell them you can't help, not to insult people from the southeast region. I think economically times are very, very different, as in the state of the economy, I think in the 1970s or after the war was bad, obviously because of the war, but then I think the rate at which people were able to do their craft and make more money was faster than now, where this point the currency of the country is really, really depreciating and people are really, really poor. I think the poverty has just gone up over the years. So like more people are poor, there's unemployment everywhere, and now the coronavirus is letting people stay at homes. People don't even have shelters and they have to eat. So telling them not to go out in isolation time can be very, very hard. And you begging doesn't make you less of a human being. At this point, no one has the facilities to actually go out and look for a job because jobs are closed. Even without the coronavirus pandemic, there was no employment in the first place. So begging has, always been something that less privileged people who don't have money, they have to do it because even if they had a degree or had something in school that they found, it's just the situation of Nigeria just kills destinies so fast that it's actually demotivating. Somebody says, reacting in the same vein, one Twitter user was surprised that Omokri could single out Southeast alone, even when the situation was affecting everybody. The person now says, I don't get it. You only work your way if there's an opportunity. But when the world economy is on break, I don't see how that is possible when everyone is worried about survival. That is very, very true. Another person replies and says, even your so-called giveaway is not free. You people tasked to accomplish, which is to follow your paddy apostle on Twitter. So those people you are insulting are just hustling. I think it's wise to say that they are working to get paid, but instead of paying them, you are insulting them. Another person says, oh God, the insult you dish out to Nigerians ever since you started tasking them to follow other handles and making retweets just for $30 or less is vile. That is very true. So guys, what do you think of this? Please put your comments in the comment section below, and also do not forget to like and subscribe.